2017, the world watched as the Me Too movement brought down one of Hollywood's most powerful figures, Harvey Weinstein. Convicted in 2020 for sexual assault, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison. But in a shocking turn, his conviction was overturned in 2024, leading to a retrial that began in April 2025. This is the story of a man who once held the keys to Hollywood's kingdom, now facing justice once more. Welcome to True Crime Exposed. Harvey Weinstein, once a titan of the film industry, co-founded Miramax in 1979 alongside his brother Bob Weinstein. Under their leadership, Miramax became synonymous with groundbreaking cinema, producing critically acclaimed films such as Pulp Fiction, Shakespeare in Love, and The King's Speech. These films not only garnered numerous awards but also redefined independent filmmaking, solidifying Weinstein's reputation as a formidable force in Hollywood. In 1993, the Walt Disney Company acquired Miramax for $80 million, retaining the Weinstein brothers to continue their successful run. However, by 2005, seeking greater creative freedom, Harvey and Bob departed to establish the Weinstein Company, further expanding their cinematic empire. Weinstein's influence was unparalleled. He was known for his aggressive marketing tactics and his ability to sway Oscar voters, earning him the moniker Oscar Whisperer. Aspiring actors, directors, and screenwriters viewed him as a gatekeeper to success, often going to great lengths to curry his favor. Yet behind the glitz and glamour, a darker narrative was unfolding. In October 2017, investigative reports by the New York Times and the New Yorker unveiled decades of sexual misconduct allegations against Weinstein. Prominent actresses, including Ashley Judd and Rose McGowan, came forward with harrowing accounts of harassment and assault, exposing a pattern of predatory behavior that had been an open secret in Hollywood. These revelations ignited the Me Too movement, a global reckoning that empowered countless individuals to share their experiences of sexual misconduct, leading to a seismic shift in societal attitudes towards such behavior. In May 2018, Weinstein surrendered to New York authorities, facing charges of rape and other sexual offenses. His trial commenced in January 2020, culminating in a conviction on February 24, 2020, for criminal sexual assault in the first degree and rape in the third degree. He was subsequently sentenced to 23 years in prison. Further legal troubles awaited in California, where in December 2022, Weinstein was convicted of rape and sexual assault, resulting in an additional 16-year sentence. Despite these convictions, in a pivotal development in April 2024, the New York Court of Appeals overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 conviction for sexual assault and rape. The court's 4-3 decision cited significant procedural errors during the original trial, particularly the admission of testimony from women whose allegations were not part of the formal charges. This inclusion was deemed prejudicial, as it potentially influenced the jury by presenting uncharged allegations, thereby compromising the fairness of the trial. The court further noted that the trial judge's ruling allowed prosecutors to cross-examine Weinstein on a broad range of alleged past misconduct, which may have deterred him from testifying in his own defense. This combination of factors led the court to conclude that Weinstein was not afforded a fair trial, necessitating a retrial. Despite the overturned conviction, Weinstein remained incarcerated due to a separate 16-year sentence from a 2022 conviction in California for similar offenses. In response to the appeals court's decision, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg announced plans to retry Weinstein. The retrial was scheduled to begin on April 15, 2025 in New York. Now the key updates, the key developments regarding the retrial. On April 15, 2025, jury selection commenced for Harvey Weinstein's retrial in Manhattan. This retrial follows the New York Court of Appeals decision to overturn his 2020 conviction due to procedural errors, including the admission of testimony from women whose allegations were not part of the charges. Weinstein now faces charges of raping aspiring actress Jessica Mann in 2013, forcing oral sex on production assistant Mimi Halei in 2006, and a new allegation from another woman in 2006. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Jury selection has proven challenging, with many potential jurors expressing biases due to Weinstein's notoriety. On the first day, no jurors were selected as several candidates indicated they couldn't be impartial. By the second day, 9 jurors, 5 women and 4 men, were picked from a group of 25 prospective jurors. The process continues with the goal of selecting 12 jurors and 6 alternates. As the retrial unfolds, Harvey Weinstein's health has become a focal point of legal discussions. The 73-year-old appeared in court in a wheelchair, visibly affected by a myriad of health issues. His legal team reports that he suffers from chronic myeloid leukemia, heart problems, diabetes, obstructive sleep apnea, sciatica, and severe mobility limitations. Additionally, a recent tongue infection, initially misdiagnosed at Rikers Island, required hospitalization, and he has gained nearly 20 pounds in the past month. Weinstein's attorneys have petitioned Judge Curtis Farber to allow him to spend nights at Bellevue Hospital's prison ward instead of Rikers Island during the trial. They argue that the conditions at Rikers, including freezing temperatures and inadequate medical care, are exacerbating his health issues. In November 2024, they filed a $5 million legal claim against the city, alleging substandard medical treatment and unhygienic conditions at Rikers. Despite these concerns, Judge Farber has yet to rule on the transfer request. Weinstein remains at Rikers Island, attending court proceedings while his legal team continues to advocate for his relocation to Bellevue Hospital. As Harvey Weinstein's retrial unfolds in Manhattan, the proceedings are set to span approximately 4 to 6 weeks, with opening statements anticipated to begin the week of April 21, 2025. The prosecution plans to present testimonies from 3 women, Jessica Mann, an aspiring actress who alleges Weinstein raped her in 2013, Miriam Mimi Haley, a former production assistant who claims he forced oral sex on her in 2006, and a new accuser whose identity remains confidential, alleging a similar assault in 2006. Weinstein has pleaded not guilty to all charges. Despite the retrial, he remains incarcerated due to a separate 16-year sentence from a 2022 conviction in California for similar offense. The retrial has reignited discussions around the Me Too movement and the legal system's handling of sexual assault cases. With over 80 women having accused Weinstein of misconduct, the outcome of this trial is seen as a litmus test for progress in holding powerful individuals accountable. The Me Too movement, which gained momentum in 2017 following the initial allegations against Weinstein, led to a global reckoning on sexual misconduct and the abuse of power. However, the overturning of Weinstein's 2020 conviction in 2024 due to procedural errors has raised concerns about the durability of the movement's achievements. Prominent figures have expressed their apprehensions. Actress Cate Blanchett, who worked with Weinstein on several films, described the lack of significant change in Hollywood post-Me Too as quite distressing. She noted that efforts to discredit voices speaking out against abuse have hindered the movement's progress. Similarly, actress Jessica Mann, one of Weinstein's accusers, responded to his complaints about jail conditions by highlighting the suffering he inflicted on his victims. Mann's blunt remarks underscore the emotional toll on survivors and the importance of justice being served. The retrial's proceedings, including the challenges in jury selection due to Weinstein's notoriety, reflect the complexities of ensuring a fair trial while addressing the broader implications for societal attitudes toward sexual assault. As the legal process unfolds, the world watches closely, recognizing that the verdict will not only determine Weinstein's fate, but also signal the strength and resilience of the Me Too movement in effecting lasting change. As the retrial unfolds, we will continue to provide updates on this landmark case. Stay tuned to True Crime Exposed for in-depth coverage of true crime stories like this. Stories that matter. See you in the next video.